Why what you think is helping is actually harming. Pause to read.
I don't know why it looks so pink. So I was watching a live on Instagram, and there is this narrative, the narrative that was pushed to get Britney Spears, yes, I'm talking about Britney Spears again, or still, to get her into the sea ship that she was/is in. They pushed a narrative about her, and that was fucked up. And Britney Spears herself testified that she was abused specifically through corrupt doctors using pharmaceutical drugs in a corrupt way that harmed her. Okay? So I personally feel anyone who is repeating any version of any narrative about her that has anything to do with medical doctors, psychiatric doctors, mental health, emotional health, mental well-being, anything like that, fuck you. You are at a place, you're at a line. This woman said that she was abused and put in a prison for almost 15 years using these tactics. So as far as I'm concerned, every single person who is repeating and regurgitating these same fucking things, you are, whether you know it or not, you are pushing the narrative that got her fucking in this in the first place. You're not a friend. You might think that you're hurting her, let her heal. Bip, bip, bip. Fuck you. When someone's crying out saying, I've been imprisoned against my will and I am being forced to do things I don't want to do and it's hurting me, and then those very same people are still doing those very same things to someone, and then other people are like, leave her alone, she needs this. You are the problem. Okay? And that's why certain creators are getting hate from other creators, or you're just getting called out on your shit, because stop repeating the narrative of the fucking crooks. I thought I was done. I'm not done. I have another thing to say. So many people are like, oh my God, who goes in there and writes a caption and then deletes a caption or changes a caption or puts up a post and deletes a post and puts up a post? I fucking do that. I don't think I'm mental. I think that I'm just using the social media. Like, as far as I know, on TikTok, you can't get that little end thing where it goes blink, bloop, unless you download the video. So sometimes I'll make a video, I'll download the video, I'll delete the video, and then I'll like upload it again so it has that little ending thing. Or maybe like just now, I'm making this video, but then I'm going to delete this shit, and then I'm going to put it on another piece of a video, and then I'm going to make a longer video, and then I'm going to put it all together, and then I'm going to put it up again. So, and sometimes I make a caption, and then I realize, oops, I said something wrong, or oops, I had a typo, or oops, I forgot to say this other thing I wanted to say, or oops, I didn't really mean to say that, or whatever the fuck it is. You ever heard of editing? You ever heard of editing? You ever heard of editing? You ever heard of sometimes people post, but it's like their first draft or their rough draft or whatever, you know? It's a thing. It's not that weird. It doesn't make you fucking... And using somebody's social media account as some form of proof of their mental health or lack thereof is insane in itself. You realize that social media is curated, whether it's making someone look mentally well or otherwise. And if that social media account is controlled by a corporate group that has multiple interests, one of which includes making the so-called person look a certain way because of a certain narrative that feeds into, than anyone who is continuing to push that narrative about someone's mental health who they literally do not know. Do I know her mental health? Absolutely not. But I don't claim to. And I certainly don't believe that anybody's mental health is a reason to steal all their money. I sure don't. And I certainly don't think, unless they are an actual menace to society or a criminal or a violent person or a thief of some sort, their mental health is, not a reason to imprison them unless they are a criminal. Okay, but just because you don't like somebody's social media is not a reason. So F you F off if that's your... So I just made the last bit of this video, and then when I tried to download it, it wouldn't download because of the music, so I'm going to screen record it. That's my live I did. It's like an hour long. Okay, here we go. But I have this one more thought I'll share before I finish off, which is this. I have seen so many comments, so many accounts questioning an account that popped up. I talked about it in my YouTube video where I said a bunch of stuff, but the short version is like that person was either unhealthy and or unwell and or dishonest and or unwell or both. So my way of handling, if I come across something that just looks out there and I don't like it, I just don't follow it. That's it. Just stop pondering it. Stop asking questions about it. Stop going on a bunch of different accounts saying, what about this? What about this? What about this account? What about this account that's talking about this account? Who cares? Do you know how many freaking crazy weirdos there are out there talking about crazy weird stuff? You don't have to entertain every crazy weirdo who pops up on your computer, And often the best thing to do is to move on, let it go. It's like 3 a.m.